We are all called here for a reason, to fulfill some special purpose, a mission, to contribute something unique, something that wouldn't have existed if you hadn't arrived. It's called your hero's journey. And every hero needs a mentor, a guide, an ally, one with unique wisdom, insight, proven experience, one who's traveled the road before and is willing to show you the way, to protect you, aid you, and accelerate your path to victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, your success mentor, Darren Hardy.
Hello and welcome. So I appreciate that you showed up here. It tells me a lot about you. You have a vigorous growth mindset and a dedication to responsible leadership, and I respect that. So I'm here to help. I am the advisor and mentor to thousands of global CEOs and top business leaders, and my 30 plus years in success media connects me to all of today's top thought leaders, economists, and futurists. So I can offer you comprehensive, yet synthesized and distilled down strategic advice on what's working now in the real world trenches of business. I recently surveyed several thousand CEOs, business leaders, and executive leaders, assessing what is their most current and pressing problems. Well, the top three were: 1, increasing revenue and improving cash flow; 2, growth and scalable expansion; and 3, attracting and retaining talent. So, if for you, bringing in more business and generating more money, and if safely scaling and expanding your existing business, and if finding the right talent to take you to the next level are top of mind for you right now, then you're in the right place, regardless of the size or the stage of your business currently. If you are an aspiring entrepreneur, a veteran business builder, a leader inside a business, or even a leader of a nonprofit organization, what you will learn today will be very valuable for you for the rest of your business and professional life, if you are serious and if you are committed to paying close attention. Look, I've done all the work in preparing this for you so that you don't have to. Just be ready to take good notes. The next hour is going to be very valuable for you. There are 4 hidden profit centers that can 10x the growth of your bottom line, and quickly. These are untapped profits that require no additional cost, no additional risks, and no additional work on your part. I'm talking net, bottom line, take it home to your family, additional cash money. Now, I know that that's a bold claim to make, and I know that right now you might be a tad skeptical. That's perfectly normal. But as we go through these 4 unique profit centers, I think you will quickly realize that I was underplaying the potential results this can have on your bottom line. So, are you interested? If so, all I ask is that you listen closely and you listen all the way through. If you're just toe dipping here, or you're watching this while you are multitasking, I politely ask you to just click off and leave. To make room for others, this probably isn't for you. This is only for the committed, those that are serious about building a profitable and enduring business. A business that both you and I can be proud of, because that's why I'm doing this. I'll tell you why this matters so much to me. I recently attended the funeral for my 98-year-old grandmother, and she was the most important woman in my life until my wife. My grandmother is the one who helped me open up my first bank account around the corner from her house in Montclair, California. Oh man, when I got that little blue bank book in my hand with my name on it, that was when I got addicted to tracking my progress and became obsessed about growing my numbers. And it was also my grandmother who first supported my entrepreneurial endeavors. She was my only yes in a terrible string of no's that almost ended my budding business career. The bottom line is, I wouldn't be who I am, have the life that I have been able to help as many other people as I have, without the love and support of my grandmother. Anyway, at her funeral, her 92-year-old brother, Bob, approached me. Bob has a 48-year-old grandson named Frank, and Frank has a medical device and service company, once a successful company, now apparently it was struggling, and badly. Bob walked up and said to me, "Hey, I know that you help companies. I wonder if you would spend some time with Frankie. He really needs some help." I hesitated for only a second, and Bob grabbed my arm. You know that thing old school people do to be sure that they have your attention? He grabbed my arm and he said sternly, but with a smile, "I would consider it a personal favor. I'm sure my sister, your grandmother would be grateful. Well, damn, what do you say to that? And to your 92-year-old great uncle, your grandmother's brother, while standing at her funeral reception with a cucumber finger sandwich dangling from your hand. The very next week, Frank flew down to San Diego to my home here to join me on a walk and talk. And when Frank got out of the backseat of the Uber and started trudging up the steps to my front door, the slump of his shoulders made it obvious that Frank was feeling broken. And the look in his eyes showed that he was also full of shame. As we shook hands and before we headed out for our walk, Frank said to me with a tone of both sadness and frustration, "I just don't know what to do. I've tried everything I can think of. I've tried over and over again. I know that I'm letting my team down. I know that I'm letting our clients down. I can't even look my family in the eyes sitting around the dinner table at night." Wow. I mean, the honesty, the vulnerability. I looked at Frank and my heart just broke for him because I've met thousands of people just like Frank, because I too was one of those people at different periods in my journey. So I knew exactly how Frank felt. I knew how he was staring at the ceiling in bed at night, distressed and anxious, not knowing what to do and worrying about his family. You see, it breaks my heart knowing that there are business owners out there, the very backbone of this country, who are staring at the ceiling, losing sleep every night because they don't know how they're going to keep their doors open and how they're going to keep providing for their families and for the families of their employees. You see, these are the good people of the country. They're the very motor of this economy. It is their courage, their risk-taking and sacrifice that run small towns. It is their businesses that make downtowns function all over the globe. And what ticks me off is the game is rigged against them. They have to compete against government-subsidized and steroid-injected public companies with a war chest of free money to use to drive small and mid-sized businesses out of business. It's unfair. The scales are not equal. But like David against Goliath, there is a way to gain an advantage, one that allows them to build a thriving and insanely profitable business and even rise to dominate their market niches. It is why I do what I do, to help small and mid-sized business leaders gain their advantage, to take the mantle of market leader in their space and make their big impact in the world. So, as Frank and I walked and talked, after asking him a series of questions about his business, his clients, and his operational methods, over the next hour and a half, I helped him identify at least 4 unseen, untapped, and unexploited profit centers to increase his revenue and his net profits that he had just sitting there, wide open and available to him, and likely just like you do too. I'm talking the kind of fast, easy, pure bottom line take-home money that he needed now to rebound his business, save his future, and provide the prosperity and safety that he promised his team and his family. All requiring no extra investments, no added expense, no additional risk, and no extra effort. Just some smart, well-executed strategic adjustments. And let me tell you what happened. And what I'm suggesting could happen for you too. Tell me if this is something that you want as well. 30 days after Frank returned home from our walk and talk, only starting on 2 of those profit centers, Frank reported that he doubled his bottom line profits. Now, this helped him meet payroll, hire a new vital team member, and shore up all his vendor and supplier account receivables. 60 days later, only getting to 1 more of the profit centers and gaining momentum on the first 2, his bottom line nearly 5x'd on a monthly run rate. Before 4 months were up, Frank topped the 10x mark to his bottom line. So from where he was the day we set off on our walk and talk, a broken man, Frank's bottom line take-home EBITDA net profits multiplied 10 times. It's incredible, right? You'll learn how you can do that too. Oh, and by the way, by that point, he had only implemented 3 of the 4 profit centers that I identified for him. He's still going strong and he's still ascending. And even more important than that, Frank is back. Frank the Tank, the man his wife swooned over and fell in love with, is back. The big daddy that his kids look up to and adore is back. The Frankie that his grandfather respects and admires is back. And the leader that his team once believed in and signed up for is back. Frank got his zeal, zest, and vitality back. He got his confidence and his courage and his drive back. These discoveries were so meaningful, so life, business, and future changing for Frank that I got inspired to want to share these same 4 profit centers with you. Maybe you are in the same place that Frank was and want to know how to get to where he is now, 10x better on your bottom line. Do you want that? Or maybe you're already doing great, but you still want more security, more financial freedom, I mean, even more bottom line take home money, right? Either way, you're going to love what you hear. Now, understand that our time here is short. We only have 45 minutes or so. So please lock in. I will hang on the end to answer some quick questions, but staying for that will be up to you. During our short time together today, I'll identify where these profit centers are within your business. Then, if you like what you hear, if you recognize how any of them could multiply your profits, then I'll show you how to obtain an invitation to our next business masterclass. That is where I have the time to walk you through step by step on how and correctly to execute on each of these 4 strategies and many more. Now, I'm not sure if our business masterclass is for you, so following up on that will be up to you. But either way, you're going to know where to look by the time we're done here just today. Sound good to you? If so, click open that pen and get ready to take some furious notes. Okay, the first profit center is 1, finding your 10x clients. Write this down. The key to greater profits is rarely more clients. Instead, the key to greater profits is more valuable clients. Here's another one for your notes. Not all clients are created equal. Some clients, we call them super buyers, are worth 10 to 100 times more than your average buyers. Super buyers not only buy more, they also buy quicker, they negotiate less, they buy bigger units, they buy other products that you have, buy more often, they stay longer, they refer more people, and they are more enjoyable to work with. They cost little to nothing to acquire, and they're overall just more awesome. I mean, just imagine how much better life would be with 100 more clients like that. And a big bonus, when you know how to find, nurture, and keep your super buyers, then you need far less staff, infrastructure, marketing, support, service, and maintenance to operate. And they are a ton more fun to work with, making life much easier, better, and more enjoyable for you and your team. I bet your team would love that, right? I can show you how to get your super buyers to come to you versus you having to chase prospects any longer. Wouldn't that be nice for a change? When you learn how to do this, you can stop marketing to many of the people that you're marketing to now. Likely, you'll be able to cut your advertising and marketing spend by 50 to 80% when you learn how to get this right. That alone has a multiplier effect on your bottom line. Hey, look, money saved is money earned, right? Understand this, and also a good one for your notes. Who you market, advertise, and sell to is more important than anything else when determining the effectiveness and the results on your efforts. Speaking of results, to show you proof of concept out there in the real world, Ross Whiffler owns a office equipment dealership, and he applied this idea and he doubled his net profits the following year. He came back to our business masterclass a second time, and he's getting close to doubling again. The net of that is what affords you a much better vacation, maybe a new car or private education for your kids, and a whole lot more security for your family's future. This is Renee Inman, the managing partner at Inward Enterprises and a business masterclass alumna. Renee reported, quote, "This has completely altered the way I see my business. We experienced a complete transformation. This strategy I learned resulted in multiple 7-figure increases in revenue." Get that, multiple 7-figure increases in revenue. Nice, right? That's the same with Dave Gallegos, the regional VP for Hallmark Home Mortgage, who reported, quote, "4 million was added to my revenues because of this." That 4 million in free additive revenue, that's a 10x to his bottom line. And look, we're still only on the first profit center. Please keep in mind, this strategy is easy to execute when you know what you are looking for, where to look, and how to properly communicate to the needs and desires of a super buyer. I will give you all the frameworks, the scripts, and with them, you can see results quickly. This was also the first profit center that Frank started with to 2x his bottom line the first month after our meeting. That's how fast that this can produce fruit for you. Okay. Your second undeveloped and instant bottom line profit multiplier is 2, packaging a 10x offer. This is knowing how to reconfigure and repackage your value proposition into a killer concept, an irresistible, gotta have it, compelling offer. No matter what it is that you sell, products or services, no matter who you sell to, consumers, businesses, government agencies, school districts, nonprofits, you can significantly outmaneuver your competition by learning how to repackage your value proposition into an irresistible solution stack. Write this down. A compelling offer is 10 times more powerful than a convincing argument. Sometimes when a product or service isn't selling, the problem isn't with the product or the service, but with the offer. And when you hit on the right killer concept and repackage it into an irresistible offer, the difference in sales is night and day. It's not out of the question to see a 10x increase in sales on the same product or the same service offering, but repackaged into a different solution stack. Put it this way, if your offer is really great, your pitch doesn't need to be. So many people are worried about how to pitch or present or convince people to buy when they should focus on having and stacking and creating a better offer. If you work really hard on having a killer concept with a compelling offer, everything else becomes really easy. Are you with me here? Now, there is one factor that matters the most when designing your irresistible gotta have it offer, but that takes some time to explain. And then there are 6 very specific components to building and packaging and positioning and stacking your compelling offer into a killer concept. And I walk you through all of that at the Business Masterclass. I also teach you the messaging framework for communicating and promoting your unique killer concept and compelling offer to your target marketplace. This is how, in a crowded and competitive market, I can show you how to outmaneuver your competition, stand out, and rocket to the top of your industry. I'll give you, for instance, okay? This is Tom Gilman. He was the CEO of Bicero. And when he first came to our Business Masterclass, his lab automation software company was valued at $2 million. After Tom applied the positioning and marketing strategies that he learned at the Masterclass, he grew to become the dominant player in his space and recently sold his company to a Swedish life sciences tech firm for $165 million. From $2 million to $165 million. That is the kind of impact that I'm talking about here. And no matter where it is that you are now, okay, whatever the size of your company or stage of your business right now, where you're starting out, learning how to package your solution set into a killer concept and a compelling offer will have a huge impact on your growth trajectory as well. Michael Soler, the CEO of Blue Line Canine Dog Training, he reported, quote, after BMC, we went from a company that was only making around $200,000 a year in annual income to $1.2 million out of one location. That's a 6 times on this one profit center. And it can be as simple as what happened to Tom Capiano, a franchise owner in Cincinnati. He reported, quote, this one strategy helped me close 30% more leads that would have booked with another company. That's 30% more business on the same lead volume, more than doubling his take-home line profits. So, are you liking this so far? Can you visualize yourself starting to use 1 or 2 of these profit centers? Just know, we're just getting started. Keep working that pen to paper. All right, let's get into the third underutilized, underengaged, and underapplied profit center to immediately multiply your bottom line with 0 added expense. And this is one of the fastest and the easiest of them all. This is one of the profit centers that Frank added to month 2 that helped him go from 2x to 5x his bottom line. And it's this, number 3, 10xing your current transactions. This is learning how to bundle, add on, upsell, cross-sell, and add value on the initial sale and all repeat transactions. Even if you only have one thing that you sell or one service that you deliver, I can show you how to leverage this strategy to multiply your profits. Learning how to increase your AOV, or average order value, can immediately increase your revenues 3 to 10 times and your profits even more, as it has no additional marketing costs associated with it. As Damon John said to me when interviewing for his success cover profile, he said, it is twice as easy to upsell an existing customer than it is to go out and get another. In using this strategy, you don't ask yourself, what else can I sell to my customers or my clients? Instead, you ask, what else would increase their desired result? What additional resources or tools and or solutions can I introduce to make it easier or faster for them to get to their desired result? And when you do this at the time of transactions, revenues go up on average 30%, doubling profits. There are over 20 strategic integrations that I walk you through at our business masterclass to increase conversions on existing leads and existing traffic and significantly increase your initial and your ongoing transaction amounts. And all of that added revenue per transaction drops right to the bottom line. David Walker, who owns a microgreening, cleaning, and janitorial service in Dayton, Ohio, said that this one idea, quote, increased our conversion rate from 10 to 40%. This immediately added $200,000 to our bottom line. Taking an extra $200,000 home to your family on the same number of prospects and clients and effort that you're putting out on a day-to-day basis is substantial. The car you drive, the vacations you take, it changes everything. And be sure that you caught the key word that he said, immediately. That is just one of the 20 ways to immediately drop added profits to your bottom line. Nick Spiros here owns a yoga studio. Applying the strategies just from this third profit center, doubled his membership, and he increased his monthly auto pay members by 170%. And he expanded the programs that he offers. He quickly outgrew his space and is building a new center 3 times the size now. So are you getting this? And no matter what your current growth trajectory is, this can take you to the next level. And that brings us to number 4. Now, with the discovery of all this gold that's sitting right underneath your feet inside your business, you're gonna need some help mining it all out. Every day that you aren't means that you're missing out on these additional profits to your existing business and existing client flow. So this 4th multiplier of your bottom line is learning how to recruit 10x performing talent. You see, 65% of growth companies fail due to people problems. Get this, you can have the right products, the right mission, the right plan, and the right marketing, but have the wrong people and fail. USC's Entrepreneur School reports 90% of business problems are actually recruiting problems in disguise. Does that get your attention? I'm telling you, it should. Let me try to put it to you as simply as possible. Winning in the marketplace, accomplishing your big goals, achieving your mission, making your big impact in the world, having your legacy made real, how your life will be remembered comes down to one 4-letter word. You ready for it? Here it is. It's HIRE. Learning how to hire the best. The best for you and what it is that you need now and at different stages of your growth. Here's an important perspective for you to understand. Great people, top A-level talent people are free. They pay for themselves. You see, you buy talent at wholesale and then you put them inside your economic engine of your business. And then you sell that talent to the marketplace at retail at a many times multiple. So not only are great people free, they're a cash multiplier when you get the right people and learn how to lead them right. Oh, and by the way, average people, they're very costly in so many ways. So let me show you the value of just this one idea, just this one profit center. This is Sid Pagadapati. He is the chairman of Physician Partners in Tampa Bay. Sid first learned this concept at our business masterclass, and then he applied the process that I teach for finding A-player talent. And the result was this, quote, "The idea that great people are free has changed my business. In the past, I was very reluctant to hire people with salaries above $125,000. When I did, revenues increased by 3 times in 2 years, from $60 million in revenue to $180 million in revenue. More importantly, my stress level is 50% of what it was because I share that with our new president. Not to mention, the company could now run without me if needed. With just one right hire, his growth multiplied, his stress declined, and his time freedom skyrocketed." Think about that. Less stress, more time freedom, while your business income multiplies. Isn't that something you'd like too? When Sid came to our business masterclass for the first time, and he's since been 5 times, his company was doing $30 million annually. Now it's worth several billion. For those doing the math, that's well more than 10 times. Even if you start out nervous, like Troy Burke. Troy is the CEO of Dane Manufacturing. Troy reported, quote, "I really went on faith that A-players are free and finally hired Mike, my first 6-figure A-player in a string of many hires. Before then, my company was stalled and had hit a wall. It wasn't going to grow, get better, or do anything of excellence because it all depended on me." Hey, does that sound familiar? Troy said, I needed more A players to help take me to where I wanted to go, and now realized it's my job as the CEO to recruit and retain them. Since these realizations at BMC, we have three times, going from 1 million to 30 million. Well, I think that certainly makes the case, right? You probably need to recruit a mic or two for your business as well, right? I can show you how. This is the second profit center that Frank implemented to multiply his bottom line to 2x the first 30 days after our walk and talk. I helped him identify a vital recruit that he needed to turn his sales momentum around, and then I taught him how to go get them. And this new recruit paid for her entire annual salary and performance bonus within the first 3 weeks of being employed with Frank. There is a selection criteria and a very specific process for attracting, seducing, vetting, ultimately recruiting, and then onboarding and leading the right top talent that you need that I walk you all the way through. And I take you step by step through that full recruiting process, where to recruit, how to write your job postings to attract the right candidates, how to market your positions for mass volume of responses, and how to use a fully automated filtering and vetting system that I give you so that you only need to spend time with the very best candidates and the best candidates for you. I give you all the scripts, the very specific questions to ask, exactly how to test, assess, and analyze candidates, then the proper orientation, onboarding, and development process to set them up for high performance. It's all done for you. It's 30 plus years of experience of me tweaking and figuring out the formula for the best, all packaged up for you. You only need to follow the steps. As Lyndall Lincoln, principal at loanmarket.com in Australia, reported, she said, quote, my team doubled because I came back and committed to following the process Darren gave us when hiring someone. Now I have extremely talented staff, which will exponentially grow my business. Even better, now I love going to work. None of this would have happened had I not attended BMC. Now, those are only 4 profit centers. And if you'd like to learn the details on how to integrate and how to execute on any one of or all of those profit centers, and then gain access to more than 500 breakthrough ideas and strategies drawn from the best in the world, our 3-day business masterclass is invitation only. And because you're here with me now, and you're still with me here, that was a test, by the way. It proves to me that you're serious about building a business of significance. Let me tell you how to gain an invitation. If you're interested, okay, the choice will be yours. I have some surprise gifts for you along the way as well. And I think these are things that you're going to love. So stick around for those. First off, let me say again, this business masterclass is serious training. Okay, it's for dedicated business leaders, those who are serious about growing their enterprise and making a big impact in their world. These are insights and strategies that you cannot gain anywhere else in the world. It is only in this private environment with a selected and a qualified group of invitees that I can share my coveted war chest. You see, this is my private collection and body of work. I've spent 35 years and tens of millions of dollars to accumulate this treasury. And you get the best of it, distilled down into 3 days. CEOs have paid me more than $1 million for direct guidance on how to do what it is that I divulge during this masterclass. What I request of you is commitment. You need to commit to showing up on time and playing full out during the 3 days of our live, with me, business masterclass. You have to pay attention to have this pay off for you. You need to be prepared to treat this as if you did travel to a physical event, removing yourself from your day-to-day and giving this your full attention and focus. If you can't commit to that, then there is no need to waste each other's time. I seek only serious leaders who are serious about learning what it takes to build a seriously great business. You see, I do all this for impact, and I know what it takes to create that impact. And by the way, again, it doesn't matter the stage and size of your business right now. I am more interested in the size of your gumption, the boldness of your heart, and the tensile strength of your spine. You could be a veteran or a startup business builder or a leader that is operating inside an organization, one that has revenue and culture responsibility. You could be for-profit or nonprofit. It doesn't matter. Whichever you are, I promise you'll walk away with the ideas that you need to multiply your profits. I personally guarantee it, in fact. More on that here in a second. So as you sit there listening to me, do not suffer any imposter's syndrome. I know what that syndrome is like. Hey, it even still happens to me from time to time. I attended a conference a little while back called the Titan Summit that was hosted on the campus of Stanford University. It is a super private invitation-only gathering. It's never advertised or offered to the public. The attendance fee was $100,000. No problem. I had the money, but I wasn't sure I had the gumption. It was an intimidating setting, to say the least. So I know how that feels, to feel that you're not ready, or you're not worthy, or you're in over your head. But luckily, I stepped up anyway. And wow, oh wow, did it pay off. I also know how it feels to have a deep down burning desire to do more, to grow, to be better, to get better for your team, for those that are financially relying on you, for the clients that are counting on you, the family that you are responsible for. But just like Frank, as he began, you just don't know what to do. All you need is guidance. All you need is a proven plan to follow, right? In other words, hard work is not your problem. Only direction and guidance is. You see, I know exactly how that feels. I never lacked for motivation or willingness to do whatever it took. When I was stuck, I only lacked the advice and instruction from somebody that I could trust. So don't judge your experience or if your business is ready or not. The only question to assess is this: do you have the desire, and do you have the willingness to commit? If you have those two colors, I can show you how to paint your masterpiece. What I can give you is that precious thing called access. Access to my 35 plus years of successful business experience, much of which I had to learn the hard way, so now you don't have to. Access to the winning strategies that I've learned along the way. These are the strategies that I only share in this Business Masterclass experience. Nowhere else. It's not in my books. It's not on Darren Daily or on my podcast. It's nowhere else. And access to my 25-year treasure chest, having spent time with the most successful business leaders and maverick entrepreneurs in the world. I was given full access to study their strategic playbooks and interrogate their executive teams in order to publish the success stories on my TV shows or in my print publication. And access to an alumni group of the most brilliant, unusually driven, and highly connected global community of business leaders that there is anywhere in the world. The connections and influence that you will gain just being associated with this select group of leaders is extraordinary. So calculate what this would be worth you. What is right now 10x your bottom line? What would you pay for a guarantee of 10x that bottom line? And then far and away beyond that, what would you pay to bring that multiplied result home to your family? Think about a number. When I hold a private workshop for a company, my day rate is $125,000 a day. This Business Masterclass is 3 densely packed full days together. Pre-pandemic, these in-person Business Masterclasses were $15,500 per person. The good news is this: due to economies of scale, using our live virtual event system, it cuts the cost in half for you and eliminates all the travel inconvenience and other expenses. And because I know that there are a lot of Franks out there, business leaders who are serious, who are sincere, and care about their employees, clients, and living up to the promises they made to their families, but right now might be struggling a bit, not with just what to do, but also with temporary cash flow issues. Once again, I know how that feels. I've been in that precarious spot along my journey as well. Here's what I went out and arranged for you. I leveraged my resume and my relationships to arrange something special. It's financing that allows you to get into our next Business Masterclass. I made it so that it would be financially irresponsible of you not to get the training and guidance to help you build a better future for you and your team. Now, here's the plan with this. You should know that I had to sign a personal guarantee to arrange this special financing for you. I am personally on the hook for every dollar, no matter what. I want you to get in, get the one or few ideas that you need now to multiply your take-home net bottom line income so that you can take that surplus of excess and quickly pay off the balance in full, resulting in it costing you nothing and multiplying your bottom line results. Does that make sense? You can easily do that inside of 30 days, 60, 90 days on the outside. So the bottom line here is this: the Business Masterclass is free to attend. No, in fact, I have arranged it so that I am paying you to attend. You show up, learn, see how this 3X's your money, or I give you all your money back. It's as simple as that. Do you see how much I'm going out on a limb here in the attempt to help you? I'll tell you what was told to me by the host of that Titan Summit that I mentioned. He opened up the event by saying, if you don't leave here With ideas and connections worth more than $1 million, 10x your attendance fee, you won't be invited back. And that is true here as well. If you don't walk away from the time that we spend together with at least 10 times your enrollment fee in value, then you will have failed the course because they will be there for the taking. Now, you might be sitting there a bit like I would be saying, hell yeah, I get it, Darren. How do I get my spot? Don't worry, I want you to hang tight with me here. I'm just getting started because I have a couple of gifts that I want to give to the action takers that are with us here on this broadcast right now. One is a very special additional training on persuasive communication, how to compel people to step forward, buy more, tell their friends, and champion your cause. This program cannot be purchased on its own, and it is not made available anywhere else. This is decades of compiled and distilled experience on how to communicate your positioning and your value proposition in a way that rallies people around your mission, enrolls partners, suppliers, new clients, and new recruits into your business. If you've ever been excited about something but couldn't figure out how to convince others, this will solve that for you. This is persuasive communication. Whether you are communicating in person, face-to-face, virtually, online, or on video, or in audio, radio, voicemail, or podcast, or in writing, be it email messages, proposals, memos, or in marketing and advertising direct response copy. Through any medium, on any platform. This is persuasive communication. This is a $5,000 training course in itself. For those deciding now to join us in our next business masterclass, I'm going to include it as a gift, free. What you will learn in this training session alone will make you more persuasive and influential, not just with prospects, clients, and potential recruits, but also with your team, vendors, suppliers, and partners, and maybe even most important, with your family at home. You see, I believe every influencer, every impact maker, every leader of consequence needs to learn these persuasive communication frameworks to be able to mobilize people into action around a shared mission and worthy goals. That's why I'm adding it for you as a free gift. Do you love that? That's not all. Another gift that I want to add for those joining our next business masterclass from this broadcast is something worthy many of millions of dollars if used. And I don't say that as hyperbole, but from personal financial experience using these myself, okay? I've only detailed this for a small private group once or twice before. It is everything that I've learned and used in creating what I call shock and awe promotion campaigns. This is what has been my magic sauce. It is what I've used to launch new books. It's how I sold more than 100,000 copies of my book, The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, the first 2 weeks that it was released. When, get this, most best-selling books don't sell more than 10,000 copies ever. We did 100,000 in 2 weeks. And it is what I use to launch new products. The last new product that we launched using this shock and awe framework, we generated $4.2 million the first day it was released. Most products in my industry never do $1 million in revenue ever. And then we did 11 million more the next 45 days. And it's still compounding from there. Oh, and mind you, that was right in the middle of the worst existential crisis of our lives in 2020 and the distracting crush of the holiday season. And I only tell you those results to document the power of knowing and using this shock and awe campaign framework. It is something that I've spent my entire career perfecting. And it is only in this private training where I will walk you through step by step for the planning, preparing, and execution process. Exactly what happens in all 5 phases of the shock and awe campaign process. The tease phase, the several pre-release phases, the launch phase, the post-launch phase, all the way through the relaunch phase. You can use this framework to launch and manage any promotional campaign of any sort. It could be externally to the marketplace, or it can even be internally to run incentive campaigns on your team to drive performance. This is another $5,000 recorded training, but it's really priceless based on what it can deliver in terms of results and revenue. You also get lifetime access to both these exclusive trainings outside of our 3-day business masterclass. Let me take you to the registration page really quickly to show you all that I've covered here. So you see at the top, the exclusive pricing offer that gets you a coveted seat into our next 3-day business masterclass. Now, scrolling down, you see my personal guarantee. you can see where it says, if by only the end of our first day together, you don't think you will see a 3 times return on investment, you can excuse yourself from the session, send in your materials, and I will reimburse you 100% of your enrollment fee. This ensures that you have 0 to lose and significant profits to gain. You see that, right? And 3 times is only after our first day. We have 3 days in total together. It can't get any easier or more guaranteed than that. You can see I'm doing everything I can here to make this comfortable and an absolute no-brainer for you, right? I mean, I'm literally guaranteeing you that you have nothing to lose but a nearly infinite upside to gain. All the risk is on me. Me taking a risk on you, on your character, potential, and integrity. This is a risk I'm willing to take to help support the backbone of our communities, the small to mid-sized business operators. You see, because there were once those who took a risk on me to get me to where I am today. And that is why I'm willing to take a risk on you. Okay, scrolling back up, you see here where I am gifting you the $5,000 training on persuasive communication. And there you see I am gifting you also the $5,000 shock and awe campaign framework as an additional gift for our action takers here. Oh, and I can see where I failed to mention 2 additional bonuses for you since you attended this broadcast today. First is access into our AI Skunkworks portal. AI, as you know, is evolving and advancing quickly. New applications are sprouting up all the time, and new, easier ways of incorporating AI are evolving. And it will continue to change the landscape for small to mid-sized business leaders. Inside our AI Skunkworks portal, you will have access to training, AI prompts, and information that will help you implement each of the strategies that you learn in the Business Masterclass using the latest advancements of generative AI. This AI Skunkworks has easily saved business leaders $100,000 in time and bad advice, and we intended to put it together as a program at the cost of $10,000. But at the end of our time together at the Business Masterclass, you will get limited access to the AI Skunkworks portal as my gift to you. And the second thing that I forgot to mention before is I'm also paying a $2,000 scholarship for you. We carve out a percentage of all our revenues to endow what we call our Hero Scholarship Fund. If you walk away from that, I really can't help you. And let me point out again, this is only from this broadcast right now. I am looking for action takers. Are you an action taker? If not, this might not be for you. Only you can decide. Just know that if you click off this broadcast, you lose your link access to this registration page with all these broadcast exclusive gifts that I'm including here. Okay, fair enough? So my team has now activated the registration button on the page to take you to that exclusive enrollment page. Oh, one other thing. Along with the many other surprise resources and treats, we also gift and ship you out one of these. It is a beautifully designed handbook for you to take your feverish notes in, along with a digital toolkit with all the worksheets, support guides, scripts, frameworks, and further support resources. You'll love displaying this on your library shelf prominently as evidence of you being a serious enterprise builder. Now, for those of you who are like me, you're saying, I get it, no brainer, I'm in. All you got to do is just go to the button now, complete your registration. We'll send you the rest of everything you need to know in follow-up communications. And I look forward to seeing you at our Business Masterclass. Congratulations. Oh, I almost forgot. For our first 50 fast action takers here today, and let me give you this note. This is a good one for you to write down. One of the foremost indicators of a successful business builder and a great leader is speed of decision making. Warren Buffett put it more bluntly when he said, when you see a good opportunity, don't blink. So for those of you who don't blink, for the first 50 people to register from this broadcast, I have one additional gift for you. If you've ever thought about writing a book, I can help. I've written several. A book is a super powerful marketing tool to make you an industry authority and endear a client community to you, to your business, and to your brand. It is why the top business leaders and CEOs leverage this tool. It is not for notoriety or to be a best-selling author. It is to create connections with their client tribe and bolster their business. Having published several books as an internationally best-selling author, selling several million books translated into 30-plus languages, and being the founding publisher of an internationally distributed publication, I've learned a thing or two about this process. So I can walk you through the editorial, the packaging, publishing, and marketing process that it takes to create a successful book. I can save you from making some colossal mistakes that most make and significantly accelerate your success as an author, including connecting you to all the key resources, contacts that you'll need to complete a successful book launch and campaign. This best-selling author training session is $3,000 by itself. But for the first 50 registrants from this broadcast, I'm gifting it to you. 100% free on me. It will be sent with the other gifts that I will give you post our event together. So to the swift goes the spoils. Get yourself registered quickly. Time is of the essence. And for those who are still grappling with the decision, those who might need more information or have a question or two, this is that after broadcast session question and answer period that I promised. I'll answer a few questions that have come in before, questions that you probably have rolling around in your head right now and would benefit from having answered as well. What's that? I just got word that we are already close to the first 50 registrants. So the bonus gift of the best-selling author training session is filling up. So here's what I'll do. Okay. I will extend it to the first 100 or anybody that registers before we close this broadcast will still get it if you register. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Also, remember, if you click off and don't register from this broadcast, you'll lose link access to the event exclusive registration page with this broadcast exclusive gift, which is $25,000 now, including the best-selling author training. Okay, so put that first question on the screen. This first question was sent in from Stephen Chang in Bellevue, Washington. Stephen wrote, "Can you give me more details about the agenda and what to expect at the 3-day business masterclass?" Okay, fair enough. First, let me be clear about what this is not, okay? This is not a personal development seminar. There will be no dancing or jumping up and down. There will be no closed-eyed meditations, no chanting, no child regressions or other fluffy BS that I can't stand at events. That is not what this is. This is an intensive, fast-paced, laser-focused business enterprise building workshop focused only on profit-producing strategies and breakthroughs. Sounds better, right? I know that if you are a time-conscious and serious high achiever, then this format most certainly is. It is in this business masterclass where I divulge my personal collection and body of work from over 25 years of having unprecedented access to the personal lives and strategy playbooks of those that have risen to become captains of industry and prime impact makers in our modern era. It is only in this private environment with selected and qualified invitees that I can share this coveted war chest with you. The business enterprise building strategies that have been proven to create breakthroughs, ignite hypergrowth, and get you to rise to the top of your industry. This is where you will learn how to position and scale an organization to become the dominant player in any market. As mentioned, what I reveal over 3 days within this business masterclass is what organizations have paid more than $1 million to have me consult and advise them on. It is only because of this live virtual delivery environment that it allows us to work together for a fraction of what this has cost in the past to get access to. And also, you'll be pleased to know that there's no circus parade of speakers, people that you wouldn't walk across the street to listen to or even sit through their YouTube video, but all of a sudden you're subjected to after paying your money to attend an event. No, that BS really ticks me off when that happens to me. This business masterclass is just you and me, start to finish, and the other business leaders selected to be part of this special class 100% of the way, all the way through all 3 days. We are live together from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. That's 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern for 3 days straight. You'll see the specific dates on the registration page, and we'll send you all the follow-up information. And don't worry if you're in a distant time zone. We've had hundreds of attendees from all over the globe attend from 26 to 27 countries each time, both live and via our 96-hour recording access. So you get 96 hours so that you can time shift it into the time zone that works best for you. The first 2 days are focused on breakthrough sales and marketing strategies that are proven to multiply bottom line results. And then the third day is a deep dive on recruiting A players and building a culture of growth and consistent high performance. Hopefully that gives you more context. Just remember, if you decide not to join us and give yourself these advantages, you risk remaining vulnerable to the shifting economic tides and technology disruptions and never-ending competitive threats, risks that can put you out of business, like it does for more than 90% of businesses who don't have this knowledge and access to these strategies. Where would you be without your business right now? Who would get hurt if your business were to close the doors forever? Those are the things that keep me up at night. How about you? I can help you mitigate all those risks. If that sounds good to you, get yourself registered before we end here. Okay, next question. This question, Saga comes in from Horace Garza. He writes, how do I explain this to my spouse, partner, and CFO? Okay. Let me see if I can break this down into a 5x5. Okay, 5 things that you learn and 5 results that you can gain. Super simple. Okay, this is what you can pass on to them when they say, "You're doing what? Why?" Here you go. You'll probably want to write these down. Number 1, exponential revenue growth. Where to find new markets, new traffic, new leads, new partnerships, your super buyers, and significantly increase your conversions and recurring revenue. Number 2, market dominance positioning. Branding and positioning strategies that will make you the market authority and dominant leader in your space. This is how to get clients beating a path to your door, coming to you versus you having to chase them. You'll have unique competitive advantage that will bewilder your competition. Number 3, building a raving fan client community. You'll learn the psychological strategy for building a large, loyal tribe of client advocates on and offline. Your lifetime value for every client will multiply, which allows you to earn more profit with less expense and effort. Number 4, scalable hypergrowth. Automated referral marketing systems that will generate predictable, repeat, and recurring sales. This will help you build a predictable, scalable, and recession-proof business, allowing you to sleep a whole heck of a lot better at night. And number 5, building your A-team and growth culture. How to find, hire, and lead A-player talent and build a team culture of high performance. You'll love going to work every day with a passionately engaged team who love the game, who love winning as much as you do. Now, the 5 results that you can expect from those 5 things. Number 1 is massive business acceleration. That is why we call this a 3-day MBA. MBA standing for massive business acceleration. You'll learn how to build a valuable business legacy asset and make a positive impact. Number 2, a clear and proven plan. With a step-by-step plan in hand, you'll gain the confidence and certainty that you need to succeed in any economy. Number 3, finally, time and financial freedom. The right operational systems in place will free you to finally deliver on all those promises, the ones that you made to your team, to your clients, and to your family. Number 4, becoming an industry authority. Your breakthrough results will make you the sought-after figure in your industry, the market authority, the sensational success example of your industry, the story that has your industry abuzz. You'll be the one everybody wants to take a selfie with. And number 5, positive influence. Your success will be an inspiring example to your family, friends, and community. In total, you'll walk away with clarity, confidence, and peace of mind, knowing that you now know how to put in the growth and sustainability systems in place to secure you and your team's economic future. You can also explain to your partner, spouse, CFO, the consequences if you don't get the insights and strategies that you need to navigate this new tumultuous modern marketplace. What it will cost you, what it will cost your team, cost your collective future. You have a responsibility to all those who depend on you. It is your fiduciary responsibility to do all that you can to protect and to provide for them. This is what I can help you help them. Okay? If that explains it for you, hit the enroll button, accept your invitation to join us, and then I'll get the next question. Okay? Next question submitted by Lyndon Casey says, I don't know if I or my business is ready. How do I know for sure? Okay. One thing you learn quickly about entrepreneurship, growing a business, leading change, creating breakthroughs is you're never ready. Entrepreneurship, leadership is about stepping forward before you're ready. Let me give you advice a mentor of mine gave me. He said, invest in your future self, not your current self. Invest at the level of the business that you want to grow into, not at the level of the one that you have now. You see, because that is what will build a bridge to that future reality. And let me speak to something here really quick. Know that it is okay if you're a little nervous. I felt that way myself along my journey. And many of the now alumnus of our Business Masterclass felt like that as well, that they would be a little bit out of their element before they came. They too thought that they or their business wasn't ready or didn't qualify. But then they attended and they realized that they were incredible contributors. They rose up to meet the level of the rest of the group. And that is what I assure you will happen for you as well. But it was precisely because of this challenge that the best was brought out of them. The very act of acting, in spite of being a little uncomfortable, was part of their great growth. All right, just understand, as we go forward here, seats will be granted on a first-come, first-in basis until all the seats are taken. And I apologize now if it closes out before you decide. Time is of the essence on this. So I highly recommend breaking the inertia of indecision and just going forward. Remember, I'm guaranteeing your return as well. As my mentor Jim Rohn taught me, indecision is the great thief of opportunity. Take the bold step to pursue the best of what you were meant to become. And remember, I will be helping you. Look, I know that success can be hard if you're in it alone, but you're not in it alone. Not anymore. I will be there to help you all along the way. And you become a welcomed member of our global influencers and leadership alumni group. This is the association base that you've always wanted to be a part of. You'll never lack for connections or contacts or access to cutting edge resources to help you keep your advantage in the marketplace. All that should bring you some comfort. Okay, this final question comes in from Derek. He said, the timing is not good. The dates of this next masterclass is a busy time for my industry. Okay, Derek, I once gave that exact response to a mentor who was suggesting that I attend a week-long conference that was coming up right away. His response to me is what I will pass on to you. He said, if you cannot be away from your business for a week without your team being dependent on you, that is evidence that you are not a leader. You are a laborer, not a leader. And he said, this is the perfect opportunity to correct that. To go and learn how to be a better leader, and 2, to take away the crutch that you've given your team, clients, and company, because with it, they've learned to limp. And you can't win with a company that limps and one that is dependent on you to constantly prop them up. Derek, that was a smack in the head that I needed. I don't know whether that is for you as well. And I went, and guess what? The world didn't end. My company didn't fall apart. In fact, it was quite the opposite experience, much to my surprise. Things miraculously happened, problems took care of themselves, and most importantly, people stepped up. People on my team demonstrated creativity, intelligence, ownership, and initiative that I never knew that they had in them. It's amazing how people will rise up when you get off their back, and how well they will run when you remove their crutch. So Derek, and everybody else still watching, there is never a perfect time, a time when there's nothing going on. The only perfect time to go is as soon as freaking possible, so that you can more quickly correct some of the errors in your ways and apply some of the strategies and systems that will accelerate your growth and sustainability safely. Every day that you don't, you lose money. Opportunity is like a rushing river passing by. If you are not mining it while the river water is in front of you, it passes by, never to be recaptured again. I'll tell you what, alumni Tracy Rose, the owner of Ace Daytona Gymnastics in Ocala, Florida, confessed, quote, I was hesitant to attend because I had a million reasons why I shouldn't. I was too busy. My customers needed me. It was the wrong time of the year. Darren doesn't understand me and my business, etc. Boy, was I wrong. Darren 100% understood me and the challenges that I was having. This experience has opened up my mind to all kinds of new possibilities and growth opportunities for my business. This masterclass was more than I ever hoped it would be. So understand this, and this is a good one for all your notes as well. Lack of time or money is never your problem. It's how you are spending the time and money that you have, likely on things that don't matter, on things that cannot help you make more money and gain back your time freedom. Hey, look, the world is spinning. Time is marching on every day. If you don't gain these ideas and apply these strategies, it is opportunity cost. Days of greater potential lost forever. I suggest having massive urgency in making this your main priority. To clear your calendar, move heaven and earth to reprioritize attending. It's the best thing that you can do for your business. It's the best thing you can do for your team. It's the best thing you can do for your clients and your family and your collective future. I promise you this, mark my words here. The biggest regret you will ever have in this category, when we are done, is wishing that you had attended earlier or having known sooner what you will know then. You'll look back and realize all the mistakes that you could have avoided, all the time that you could have saved, how much further you'd be if you'd only known then what you know now, and the life and lifestyle you could already be enjoying if you had. That is what David Maher, the chief financial officer at Axcon Corporation in Cookeville, Tennessee, confessed. He said, I wanted to attend the business masterclass for years, but my always busy schedule and the investment held me back. With this new virtual format now, it didn't require traveling. So I bit the bullet to attend. Now I'm kicking myself in the butt that I didn't do it sooner or before. The information is invaluable. It answered so many questions that I've had and struggled with for years. This is going to make a dramatic impact on my business future as well as the financial future for my family. So I hope that you make the right call, Derek, and those still on the fence. Do not delay. Take action. Complete your registration now. Okay, I think we have time for one more. So this one comes in from Kathleen. She writes, I have mentors, coaches, other mastermind groups that I invest in that are in my industry. I feel I need to invest further training offered to my industry. Specifically, what are your thoughts? So yeah. As you know, Kathleen, I have been the central curator of the entire success industry for more than 25 years. So I've seen almost every type of seminar, workshop, mastermind, and coaching program that there is out there. I had to vet them before we allowed them into our publication. So what I know for sure is if you just go out to the conferences, read the books, or follow the experts of your industry, you will just be repeating what everybody else is doing in your industry. It is a syndrome that can lead to the blind leading the blind. And you'll end up just doing what everybody else is already doing. That's not how you create a breakthrough. That's not how you become the industry authority. It's also called, more bluntly, industry incest. And the outcome is the same. The spawn gets dumber and dumber. To become the game changer, to revolutionize your industry, to create a true breakthrough, you have to look outside your industry. Every industry that I disrupted, marketplace that I ascended to the top of, or business that I succeeded in, I did it by importing ideas and systems and strategies from outside the status quo of the industry and importing them in. That's how you shake things up. Bring that shock and awe needed to ascend to the top. And when you do, it will be why everyone will want to know how you did it. We'll make you the buzz of your industry. It's why they'll ask you to be on panels, speak at conferences, and offer you book deals if you're interested. Because your innovations and success trajectory will be foreign to that industry and their common quote unquote best practices. During our masterclass together, you will be drawing on the breakthrough ideas and proven best practices of hundreds of industries from my curriculum and the other amazing business leaders assembled in this group. This is where you want to be. So if you're ready, complete your registration process. Okay, I am getting the green light to take on one more final question. This one comes in from Allison in Modesto. She says, Darren, I love all your stuff. I've been following you for years now. This seems just so awesome. Just what I need, but it seems expensive. I want to do this, but I don't think I have it in my budget right now. What do you advise? Well, first off, Allison, having a restrictive budget is exactly what this will help you fix. Additionally, that is why I have arranged the financing so that you can learn what you need as soon as possible, apply those ideas and realize the rewards quickly, and then not have to have it cost you a single cent. In fact, the only way it could cost you is if you don't attend. You lose all that guaranteed upside benefit. Here's the thing that most don't appreciate enough. Jim Rohn would tell me, the most expensive advice that there is out there is bad advice. Allison, the most expensive training that there is out there is bad training. And there is so much of that out there. Cheap training that doesn't work is very expensive. It costs you in so many ways. Yes, you can say that this is what I call reassuringly expensive. Like my dad used to say, pay for the best and only cry once. And I have arranged it for you so that it can be managed in the most restrictive budgets so you can get yourself out of the spot that you're in now once and for all. And don't forget, I personally guarantee that you get the result that you're looking for. If by the end of only the first day, you don't see a direct line of sight on how at least you will triple your total enrollment investment, you can excuse yourself from the session, send in your materials, and your entire enrollment fee will be 100% refunded. And yes, I do realize that your request for a refund can be completely arbitrary and you could take 100% advantage of me, but I'm willing to take that risk on you because I do trust you. And I mostly trust the material that you will gain access to in our business masterclass. It is unlike anything you've ever experienced or could access anywhere else in the world. The backup of the guarantee is what helped Jay Irwin here, who's the CEO of CBS ST Adventures, decide. He admitted, I was skeptical about the value I'd receive, and quite honestly, I had looked at the money-back guarantee as a possible out. However, upon the first half day, I felt I had gotten my money's worth and was powerfully energized to move forward. In the first year, we saw a 30 times return on this investment. So you have zero to lose, but a much more exciting future than I think you can now imagine to gain if you just muster the courage to make the investment in yourself and your bigger, better future. And Allison, and everybody still with me, don't do this just for you. Do this for your team. Do this for your clients. Do this for your family, for all those that are counting on you and relying on you. Do it for all those who look to you for guidance, for hope, and for security. Okay, that's it. Now is the time to go complete your registration. If after everything I've offered you here, this includes the reduced pricing for our Business Masterclass seat, previously sold at over $15,000, lifetime access to the BMC alumni community, free limited time access to our exclusive AI Skunkworks portal to help you implement what you learn at the Business Masterclass in today's new technology-driven world, a value of more than $10,000, lifetime access to the trainings on persuasive communication, shock and awe promotional campaign building, and becoming a best-selling author, plus the exclusive $2,000 Hero Fund scholarship with a combined value of $25,000 in gifts, which is what? A total value of over $40,000 for as little as $695 monthly for 12 installments as a general attendee. If I have to convince you further, then this most definitely is not for you. But if you're still listening to me now, I know that something is speaking to you. I don't know about you, but I believe everything happens for a reason. You are here for a reason. You're listening to me right now for a reason. But ultimately, you have the responsibility to take the step forward on your own. As the Chinese proverb goes, teachers open the door, you enter by yourself. I have opened the door for you. You have to act and enter yourself. But if you're not excited about this, don't do it. This should be an easy decision. Something inside you needs to know on a guttural level that, hell yeah, I get it. This is the advantage I've been looking for. This is exactly the kind of group that I need to be a part of to grow to the next level. Undoubtedly, you will look back and see this is one of the most important decisions you've made for your business and your future. But you gotta get in the class and experience it to know that for sure. So give yourself a shot. Give me a shot to prove that you've got what it takes. If you're ready, then complete your registration process now. The choice is yours. You are free to accept or reject this invitation. I've done all I can to help. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. If anything, I hope that you are a little bit more inspired to attack the future with more hope, more boldness, and more bravery based on the insights that you gained here today. These are the most exciting times in the history of our humanity to be alive, to be an entrepreneur, to be a leader of a worthy enterprise. So seize the day. And for those of you who do step up and join us, I'm excited to help you build an extraordinary future. We'll do it together. You have me now, always in your corner, and all the other global leaders that you will now get connected with, there to help you all along the way. So we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.